Hey everyone, it's James at the Amused Bouche food channel. Today I'm here with Ruth.
Hi.
Where'd you come from? The flat?
Yeah.
Great. We were having a chat the other day about when we were at school and like the foods that we would get in our lunchbox. So today we are going to be taking part in a little thing that we've come up with. What's it called?
It's called the Lunchbox Challenge.
Sandwiches seem to come top, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
People have lots of different stuff
When
in
you're a
lunchboxes.
kid, you have a sandwich. You don't pack your 5-year-old off to lunch with pasta, do you? What did you have in your lunchboxes?
Crisps, skips. Used to have skips, loved skips, and a penguin. What about you?
Kit Kat, Gold Bar, Twix maybe, Rocky.
So what we're going to do is each individually we're going to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
A sandwich that we had in our packed lunches, what our mums would have sent us off to school with, or dads.
But we're gonna be pimping them. We're gonna be gourmeting them up.
Yeah, and then when we're both done our sandwich, the other person then will be blindfolded, try the sandwich, and see whether they can figure out what the elements of the sandwich are. Yeah? I'll go first. Let's get to it. Okay, cool. So, for my sandwich, the way that I'm gonna approach it is basically like an egg and cress sandwich. Oh, love it. It stinks to high heaven, but there isn't any cress. There isn't any cress at the supermarket. I'm struggling to get cress. I'm currently just boiling some eggs up and I'm putting them in there for 9 minutes. You know, I don't want it runny in the middle because it's gonna be all messy and horrible. I don't know, maybe this is a bit too straightforward. I had thought about doing like seared like tuna because I used to have tuna mayo quite a lot as well. Anything with mayo in it, maybe next time. We'll do that another time. But yeah, for now, take a little look at this.
To get things started, we're going to dice up half a red onion. I never had onion in my egg mayo growing up, but I know that Ruth loves it, so that's why I'm finally dicing half of this bad boy up and sticking him in. Now, I've had these eggs on the boil for about 9 minutes. I want them to be cooked all the way through. As soon as the 9 minutes is up, get them in a bowl with some cold water, bring the temperature down as quickly as you can. You don't want them to keep cooking. Then give them a crack and pick off all the bits of shell. Give the cutting board a little wipey wipe. Now, when I cut them in half, you can see that the yolk is nice and firm, but hasn't gone grey and rubbery. That's what happens when you put them straight in the cold water. Now, watching this back, this is a bit disgusting, but I'm going to use my hands to mash them up. You can use a fork or a potato masher, but you want to try and get some variation in the sizes of pieces. God, my hands are going to stink like egg for days. Get some pepper and salt involved, season those bad boys right up. Next, we're going in there with the diced up red onion. Into that, we're going with 2 healthy tablespoons of mayonnaise. Who are we kidding? That's not healthy. Let's say 2 filthy tablespoons of mayonnaise. Add a teaspoon of English mustard, Dijon or whole grain would also work well, and give it all a good stir together. Now, as I said, I'd usually put cress into this salad, but you have to know certain cress dealers in Crystal Palace to get hold of any at the moment. So I've gone out onto my little roof garden and I've taken a few cuttings of chives. Yeah, that did sound as wanky as I thought it would. Finally chop them and add them to the egg mayo. Now let's talk bread. I got my bread from the Blackbird bakery. There's a few sites about in South London and you can find them on their Instagram here. They do excellent sourdoughs and baked goods. As well as that, they've provided me with fresh yeast during the lockdown, which has been an absolute godsend. God, that sounded just as wanky. Why am I writing this stuff? Let's cut ourselves some nice fresh bread. Here I am, just wondering which way to cut it. I think I'm going to keep it traditional, just going for some classic slices. This bread's great. I mean, it's going to speak for itself anyway, so it doesn't matter which way I cut it. Now, I'm adding some tomatoes to this sandwich. Slice them up, put them on the board and season them with some salt. You've probably heard it time and time again, and you'll hear it time and time again from me, but always salt your tomatoes. Salt and tomatoes are like best friends, so just let them hang out a little bit. So now it's time to assemble. I'm buttering the slices of bread and starting off with a layer of fresh, crisp rocket. This should fill the gap of the cress. Next we'll go with our tomato, and then a good dollop of our egg mayo. Spread it out across the sandwich. Oh no fella, no man is left behind on Amused Bouche. Next we give it one last blast of black pepper, pop the lid on, and then we're going to cut it in half. And there you have it, my gourmet egg mayo sandwich.
Okay, so growing up in my household we used to have quite bog standard sandwiches. I'm talking ham, cheese and pickle, occasionally a tuna. I remember going through a phase of wanting just white bread, butter, one slice of like turkey, like packet turkey. Oh, and that's it. So I'm going for a kind of a ham and cheese twist. I've got some really nice whole grain bread. I've got some ham cut from the deli, some mortadella, so like a Swiss cheese, a classic cheddar, mustard mayo. I've gone for whole grain because it's my fave. I don't know if you can see this, probably can't. And then gherkins, just to get some kind of like sour crunch in there. Let's go!
Slice your loaf to your pleasing. You can see I'm going for doorstop on mine to maximise that hearty crust. Give them a tickle of oil before popping them in a low oven to toast. Mayo and mustard in a bowl and season. You might accuse me of over-seasoning, but I get serious cases of salt and pepper FOMO. So season as you go. Prep your cheeses. At this point, I'd like to recommend checking how edible a rind you're dealing with before any shaving. Let's not dwell on that. Dress your salad. I'm using the leftover olive oil, the vinegar from those pickles, which will bring out that sugary gherkin tang, and yeah, seasoning. And toss. Now, in these hard times, I found half an onion, so waste not, want not. I also had a moment of Reuben-based inspiration when I clocked our jar of sauerkraut. The more, the merrier. Let the assembly commence. Double spread your mustard mayo generously. Start layering the meats, kicking things off with our layer of classic Italian mortadella. Have a quick play with your ham swing to relieve any pent-up tension. If you can coil them to create some bounce, great. If not, then don't. Next up is cheese and more seasoning. Of course, there are no hard and fast rules, but I think you need to layer the weightier ingredients under the salad, which is likely to tumble. Told you. Squeeze that top on, don't be shy. Stick a needle in my eye. Okay, I stole this Chris Morocco sandwich wrap trick, but I did used to wrap dresses in this way when I worked in a fancy clothes shop, so it was already in my skill set. Anyway, here she is, my gourmet ham and cheese twist.
Okay, so we're done.
So we're done.
We are now going to taste them. We've made our sandwiches and now we're going to do the blindfold taste test.
Ta-da!
Straight from the bedroom. This is the reveal. So if you put your hands out, you can take a bite.
I like the crust.
Yeah, don't go too mental on squeezing of it because it's quite
I'm
soft.
nervous.
I mean, the smell will give a lot away.
I don't know though. Onion. Egg.
It's egg, yeah. That's quite messy, isn't it?
What is that? Tomato.
Okay, a tomato,
You've got
yeah.
an egg salad. Your dressings, your like dressing for the egg salad is nice. It's obviously mayo and mustard. Is there a herb in there?
Oh.
I love it, and I was hungry as well.
Yeah, you look it. But let's start with the bread. What do you think? What sort of bread?
Sourdough.
Sourdough, okay,
But
yeah.
like, maybe like a wholemeal. It's like a dark sourdough, it feels like. Egg, mayo mustard, onion, tomato. I don't know if you've put lettuce in there. I don't think you have. You haven't put chilli in there, have you?
Chilli?
Yeah. Well,
No.
you have put lettuce in it. Chive.
There is chive in it. Well done.
No, I think there's lettuce as well.
What sort?
Little gem, baby, little gem. I don't know.
Baby little gems. Are you sort of done? Are you going to finish it? That half?
Yeah.
We're now just watching you eat it though. Are there any other sort of thoughts on...
I really like it.
Well done.
Thank you.
My
Thank
turn
you,
now.
that's delicious.
Should we swap spaces or... Jesus.
And now this is your sandwich.
Okay.
I tried to be fancy
Wow, okay. Never a good idea with you, but yeah, go on.
and put it in paper. So I'm gonna take it out of the paper to give to you.
Yeah, because I will eat the paper and I don't know whether I'll be able to tell the taste. Oh, it's warm.
Yeah.
There's meat in it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Very peculiar for you to be doing meat.
I'm not eating it.
First of all, I've been hit really hard with mustard
Yeah.
and red onion.
Yeah.
Maybe mayo.
Yeah.
All I can smell. Oh. All I can smell really is the bread. And it could be sourdough, like a sourdough baguette. Because I've got the nub in here, I've got the end.
It's a wholemeal salad.
Okay. There's cheese in it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had sort of two cheeses, in as much as one very soft, but then one a little bit firmer. I think cheddar, because I know you're a cheddar fan. Is there a pickle in it? Like a gherkin?
Do you like it?
You know I'm not a massive fan of gherkins.
No.
You've put them in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually.
Yeah.
I want to say, because it's quite soft, I want to say something like an Emmental. But I don't think it's, I don't think it'd be Emmental. Okay, hang on, let me have a go at the meats. Butter? Did you butter the bread?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Oh, okay, so there's lettuce in there. Something quite straightforward though, like it's not very peppery, it's not very like, so maybe like romaine or something like that. That's what I want. I feel like that's me. Was it like mortadella?
There is a mortadella in there.
Is there? Yeah, okay, so I'm going like sourdough, mustard, mayo, mortadella, I'd say like a serrano ham, lettuce, gherkins, mayo. I think we both actually did quite well.
Yeah.
Should we reveal what sandwiches they are? Ah, there's cabbage in there, a
What?
pickled cabbage.
Sauerkraut.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, so there we go. I mean, we'll have to count up who the winner is. I mean, really, you should have won. You absolutely bombarded me with ingredients, and mine was quite simple.
But it's not like I did badly. Like we did include salt and pepper and butter.
What do I win? I hear you all asking, and I can hear you. I can hear you screaming. What does James win? You're tidying the kitchen, and I'm going to go and play on my Xbox. And we're all winners in a way, because you like it nice and tidy. Yeah. Like and subscribe up above here, up above the roof's head. And join me next time when I'll be making something else. And I'm sure you'll be back at some point.
I don't know.